Yama Yahuachina Yama Huakwaba Mfamra Kings TV GH and yawoda Emerald Society Nasana Yadi Agudiamun Samaya Tunidi Kings Power Sports 1 or Eba and Thursday Thursday edition of King Power Sports 1 or your Transana first latest update ni nano Yadi Abadi Aspora Amonone and Sama Air Cosono Yatnas Yena Yadhun Samnina and so Eba Edema Coso Awa Monone Manchester Eno Etimeto midweek matches no Yadhun Sam Eba Basa Robo Romana Feso Yatin Como and so Ewa near Yafano a year and Coma every club sono and so Aswe Eba Nina Yadhun Samno Eba no penite Adi Jose Morino Uramo and so Ewa near Yafano a year Benfica Omo enso atimi anano na anabe na omo de amo paino yare ho nsam no eba ewo dwumadin so Samson obo awuram enso ania ye fra no Manchester United asoye update efro eba omo enso scout eye Colombia International na akoda no meka so onimbo obo na madi trachero onimbo no pia papa na yede ho update no enso erebeba yebeba awuram enso ania fra no Barcelona Yana Barca Ramo ewo Real Oviedo na squad omo de kono mi Real studio na Barca ekwa akofa omo flight omo the flight ana eko enti aye ni aye fra no 3 to 4 hours flight 4 hours journey and omo de Ramo ensure near fra Real Oviedo ye no update no Lami Yama eka ho ana so nka ho na twimi one Barca team no aye train ye the update no and so at Ebaba, Sassuolo and so Real Madrid. A home update, our Hanama, Yadon Samno, Ebaba Sassuolo women's football. Eba Bowramana first year to me at the home como, Erama Awoj Modern so Enya for the Agranti. When I have Frank and I come home, and I yet free Amonone and so Eba Fissamino says here in the Bobo quality and so the Go Stars. And so a young coach from Paul Manson. Omote aya abwa umaso den we tuma no yonko na we ya toma no yonko siwo toma coach na coach ya toma siwo masa enya fadi agrade ho nsam no ba sa kode near fano rapoli concert no ba ehu NSA ne nkomo no ene aya baba yara ho nsam ni na no yere ba ewodwumade so NSA boss yaw ankra enso akasa yade afa near fano sa kode ni event ya obabaye enso obabayara sports so this semana ana ya transfer abamiti and Osman Jovadi Ahmedayat once again speedy recovery and confirm on team no and an edge in Ebasasuna Samson GH and so account be the chief executive producer Ken Halid Omuyina and so account and yadi jumade and so eba na the America dia trust ade bia wo ye bia no nyomu gidie. Have a confidence in yourself. Have the belief in yourself. Say, whatever you are doing on this planet Earth, no, bibia beko ye edi amao. Emma de man for eka emu abam. Emma man for someone mo eka and discourage you from whatever you are doing. Say if say what you are doing is a positive ayatina, ebe impact on your life. Keep on doing, keep on going. Never give up in life. The nanopa. Me wo edema no nti yanda homra ne enwura ewa monane ne enkonko fa latest no emfamra ewo tumade so once again meti and Osman Jovadi Kings TV GH on YouTube and on Facebook or like it show na wa share na do comment no ade ato na Facebook kenka era mana bibia enso atimi akoso yana homra na yenwura ewa monane na latest ni na no yenkonko fa emfa emra yeba sesie Okay, orafo yansan ema ya ho achibiem na feso ya ma ho akwaba ya wuram ewa amonane ntempa so na feso latest na update ni na no yatimi ansom akwakofa ari abroni na no enso ho nkoma ene yanya tena se no nsam ni na no enso eba na amonane nsam no ya kwana feso kekwa no yatimi enso de nsam ni na enso ari aba enti on joining so na me patro tell a friend to tell a friend share your number one sports online sports channel no yatimi enso atransia to say ya de latest ni na enso aba ni na no enso ania friend Kings TV GH no uram enso Facebook wa na Facebook atimi like show no na wa place comment ne kama na wa share messages no yatimi enso kinka area ma yan content personal face yan shamsan na sem fan for panite enso ade leno andre mercy na so na yes sam enso de free na onim say tenra ayade Inter Miami bo ko no enso atimi epoke na game Inter Miami apo no ayade Leo Messi enso atimi si form ebo brace enso de ma Inter Miami so no enso say make sure say assist enso bako edi ama aye Inter Miami bo ko no penalty kick abato ho e ma penalty no ono enso demo e ma pronto for Luis Suarez Alberto e ma pronto enso de bono to atinam kama o se ura ma Leo Messi 24 and as 23 games anum enso atimi bono this season watim enso shania fano aye 24 goals anum enso kama enano pe yere aba awotuma de so ura ma 33 goals in 2025 and opanitem enso de lano Andre Messi enso atimanya de mabobo kwanete enso anasa anum enso atimanya awo 20 aye 25 ni nanum enso update ya era anoperin komade bim enso ba awotuma de so away from Leo Messi yankona fresh yantin kama enso awani ne te enso Manchester City mamia kodana ye fono aye meche for no na fresh yantin kuma kakram enso fama ni nanum sam uramo for na nia mense kanisa uko Manchester City amon enso shasiani akotana enso etin kama sa contract extension anum enso etma chacha na shemo era masala tim enso te Manchester City na nia mense kanisa urama ya tia ne contract no enso ebe near for 2027 enti aka 2 years contract ena etu sa akotano aka ne contract nia mense kanisa Manchester City bo ko no enso shasiani akotana ya fani for 18 kama sabanum enso etima uramu na feso aya contract extension amon enso etima new contract extension ni nanum enso update ya and na party up awotuma ni so yenko Jose Mourinho so ye na nia mense kanisa anhwa na Jose Mourinho mpanfom enso atimia sakana na se amon enso atimia punish no ni nanasa nanu kema bobo kwanetem enso ati Benfica enso abodi tia ne for ave sa game na ya Benfica enso abo 1-1 draw game our Portuguese league no na when a game eba na wie ye na Mourinho nsambia kwa keka ye e de for referee na no odi sa game no ema mpanfom enso ni sa nsama ne nkomoditi Mourinho enso akwati no ya tia ne nsambia timi keka no no enso ntwa ye ntema mpanfom enso hware mu sa titro payane tem enso de Jose Mourinho sa omutimi hwehwe ne nsam no na ensam no ankwa na bubona amon enso atimi apanishana ni nano enso Jose Mourinho nkoma no ana mpatomiti enso na ma awachima de ni so mame aye near from Julian Alvarez anra ayade bobo kwani tem enso de la tiko mater etimi eya twuma na kama amon enso sha kanemiansa ema Rayo Vallecano enso etimi tia kanemiano na urama ya tia akoda ya fono Julian Alvarez ebo hat-trick on the 15th minute sasuna ay 80th minute onyako ana 88th minutes no anum enso etimi make sure third goal no enso abakwadi amasaita ya fono meche ay Atletico Madrid anum enso be first Argentina player anum enso etimi sha hat-trick enso La Liga since Leo Messi ni nanum enso update ya and na party eba yenko Real Madrid asoye na fresh yentin koma mama nia for Real Madrid omu new video analyst and also new set pieces analyst amum enso de napa opanitim enso de Jose Redia Jose Redia anum enso panya urama meche ohwem foyini na da tunu so na onum and all right
right mensa nifa so sano onon ena tu say o da screen so to say bibia enhwe kwa kama na dema madwen ekofo pan no ede ni bewuram e o madda so ane say o se last season juma no enhwe ti ye ede mali hanis na ya de na juma no enhwe ade wo so enti madwen enso akwakofa near for new set pieces analysis onon enhwe ba no wetima be kama team no na se ni team no alongside a planet team enso de aya Tristan aya Salado and also Oscar Monguamo and also planet team enso de aya hosts Reda enso abedi juma our site the team enso de Madrid na wo Madrid no enya tiam opaina ba no onon kwa ebe ya juma onem aya mpainfo ebedi juma e wo Madrid women's team na so ya ni nano enso aya update ya epa yenkwa na first moment na matches and enso team toja yenya near for EF gamer yekunya bo kwa ne team enso de Port Volley etina film Arsenal ebe chini twana kan mienu amon enso team ante a branch for Leandro Trossard and for so Rich Aze am at a ball 2 goals now and some adema Arsenal ni nano and some EF Cup and random enso team toja and another sanibi enso ma awat waden so mama near for Manchester City am come and random enso team toja yekokunya opponent enso de Pep Guardiola and the guys in the kwaya tuma kama our Huddersfield United am enso ko so mo academy no am Huddersfield enso team ante a branch from Saviho on enso nya go Sasuna aya Phil Foden enso etimanya go dem side the enso Madrid tani nano enso update ya and anobody shanibin enso ma ewatuma den so yankwa near for Newcastle United am kama danwa and enso team toja am etna fie kan enai enso am Bradford enso etimi kan bako a branch from Osla ano ebo 2 goals Sasuna aya Jolinton ano enso bo 2 goals ekunya branch from Cook enso ena nya near for no consolation ko enma Brentford ano enso koba say near for Newcastle United enso enso kan enai ema Bradford bo ko no enso etimi kan bako ni nano aya update no pai yare apa awatuma den so away from that yanko Tottenham and Denra among enso etina near for no aya the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium no enso enso kan miensa ema near front Doncaster enso entimiante a Brentford team enso de aya Jao Pahiha anon enso nya fresh goal Sasuna Maghrib enso nya on goal ekoba sa Brentford de enso ade Brian Johnson 90 platform no anon enso team make adane 3 enso ade mabubo kwanete ade Tottenham Hotspur ni nano enso aya update ya ade yare apa wetuma de so mamania for the final fixtures anon enso team aba ade ya for near from here for Cup no na me pacho rama October 27 and am pacho sa games no enso etodwa Arsenal e body etia Brighton Grimsby enso ne Brentford enabo ye benya Swansea City e body etia Manchester City and for Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur ne babo ye benya West Ham and Cardiff aya near fano Liverpool abo e etia Crystal Palace Arsenal Wolves enso e body etia Chelsea Wakabi enso ene fuam boboko no and a bani nano and some near funnel and run up for Jono and an ensuedy eba ewania your phone ayakara ball kappa me nanum and live on King's Power Sports no our King's TV Church on Facebook and on first YouTube no and an air dance sound na and some animal and what you wouldn't saw now away from that and young corner officer yentinko and so near fun Basa and about 7:30 among and so Pokem at Rai Alverdo and so game ebetoja na urama mame bossa abrana bossa team no and some kwakwa form flight abram and so ra aviedo na anato na sa game etoja enti on your screen no I have volunteer for Robert Lewandowski and two near Gavimo and on first other squad ni nano and some form fighter among and so the uramo our ra aviedo ahead of a neko abo and the terror aviedo ni nano and some update ya and I had a power which wouldn't saw mame Barcelona squad amo ade kona before that no squad Barca de kwana ma Lamine Yamal and also Alejandro Balde and no me ya report no enso de bo say ayade sanko damienu we no amo enso saso to say amo aye training with Barca team no nanke ehwan so panete enso ade Hansi Flick squad amo enso rum El Oviedo no nanka sanko damienu we no enso betima ka squad no ho na niam nse kanisa anya de Lamine Yamal and also Alejandro Balde enso kan Barca squad amo enso di Euramo and anaju game and anopai yeri nse bi enso atudwa and amo awatuma de so na mamenia ne tim enso de Barca amo squad amo enso de akwanya no asakenwa no na first year team enso de nkoma ni nyina so Roma Barca squad amo enso de kwakopodi ya site ya federal Alfredo no and a task kunis no a frontier fun one Garcia ayo wejo search na first so ayo Alda Allah amo enso de squad amo enso 3 goalkeepers no uramo defenders na ebe kwakunya Rodan Araujo Paul Kubasi a frontier fun Andren Christensen ubenya Gerard Martin Jus Kunte Eric Garcia for Geoffrey Hernandez omo and defenders opponent enso de Hansi Flick no enso former uram enso midfielders na yenya Pedro Gonzalez a frontier ten enso de Macasado ebe kwakunya frontier fun Dani Omo Frankie Diona for so a frontier fun Cho ubenya Bana omo and midfielders no uram enso attackers yenya Fran Torre Robert Lewandowski Rafinha for so a frontier for Rashford ayo Tony Party and for so ukoko pima frontier ten enso te and until some more and a squad opponent enso de Hansi Flick and Euramo and they came toja and 1 year for Oviedo and I didn't send him enso toja but my opponent enso de Telco a brown enso Romanua na aya near for Europa League game and enso toja Dynamo Zagreb and some body tier for a party na demo pay and some Euramo equasa gaming nano aya kodana for Rafa aya Beliho Basa Ubokon enso Sasia and Monita Kodano and some our Dynamo Zagreb na nyamen se kanisa Basa sim amu Monita Kodana ya for Rafa aya Beliho aya ni progress amu enso Shanimusa dachi biano amu enso tima making move for Kodana ya for Rafa aya Beliho ni nano and some aya update ya and I didn't send him enso tuja and I'm away to so mama Gavi na first minute kuma kakram enso fama onim se no me ya report enso de ma se urama ya dia Gavi enso akotena fie ne na koto dwenom Kasaina enso no koto dweno esoro de de kwa form no ayade a sa kasaina wonom no enso atimi abu atimi ate enti anu a na akodana ya fa no aya Gavi amam enso atimi ya ne sajana sanano ena mo ye sajini kama na niam nsa kan se na game Barca body etia Oviedo no ayade mo dedicate sa game no it down win draw and as a lose crab among enso de sa game no ma kodana ya fon aya Gavi ani nano and some update here epa na mami Barca and a possible lineup and Shaman and Sebastian game no area Barca aya dia frontier from one Garcia and a original goal post no ebe kwa kunya Zuskunte ebe number 2 Sausana Rodan Araujo and Andres Christensen no ebe 4 and 5 no aya tirenom and so kwa kunya Kodana ya from Gerard Martin Macasado Pedri and Dan Omo ebe jam fifino na fosu anya Rafinha and some ebe tia near fano right air wing ho ni anya Robert Lewandowski ajna mun fifine na Kodana for aya Rashford and some ajna left winger ni na answer special lineup ya hwanu musa Barca and some ebe tima yusumo against Real Oviedo ni na answer update ya and I'm a party up na mami abrantia ya fano Julian Alvarez and the manager opponent answer Thiago Simeone opponent answer din koba and ya fa Kodana ho na nkomo di to train nana sa osia Kodana for Julian Alvarez no aya the best player of Atletico Madrid among answer timanya I say so mutimi take a good call for Krana ya for I am a Julian Alvarez in a game and so mutimi keeping for I am many years Atletico Madrid no among aside is amu keep ya Krana for many years no amu ebe buana first Kodana ya for Julian Alvarez no bibiam enso atimi akwazo kama ade mana ni nanom enso ponete enso ade Diago Simeone nkomanom enso ade tudwa no ana ye ta kire kama ade ma awatuma de so onim se danwa ewo near front King Power Sports 1 so no me be ya report no ade mo se akotana ye friend Giovanni Leoni mame Giovanni Leoni na first minting ko emfama opanitim enso ni aniso ade tudwa se akotana no game Liverpool enso body tia side ye phone me Chelsea Adamte no enso ko ba se akotano enya injury every saganum emo panitim enso de aniso ade tudwa se ha dwen sa ubo game na u player wetimanya injury every saganum no e ba sa na ha dwen ema panidi tudwa se sia ne de ayade a team no enso betwa scan team ni betwa no ena betche number of mantia akodano ebetena fie na aya resource no eba bonte no omosim akodana ya fono aya Giovanni Leoni enya ACR anum enso betena fie be sabosumi enum ekonsientam ni akodane betena fie ni nano ensom aya rehosam no ena no parents tani bi enso tudwa ade ya fie akodane ya fie Giovanni aya Leoni anum enso sina kan ade ma Liverpool ni nano ensom aya update ano party epa na Jose Mourinho aya video no but one so na first so photo so na yentim enso entim koma enya dia audio ebepa me patro me Jose Mourinho fani video no photo so enti urama Jose Mourinho uramo enso awane ne tem enso de Lisbon me patro Lisbon aya stadium ho anasa Lisbon Portugal no na utu sa ya Jose Mourinho ni image e dia to to say omode honor panitim enso de Jose Mourinho ni nanom enso update ya ana no party panti eno ena daus kunu swali nano enso update ya ere eba enti Jose Mourinho ni outskirts enso wa near from Lisbon ena utu sanom enso daus kunu swa obatim enso like show na feso wotimi enso se place comment na feso follow enso YouTube na bibia enso nkwazo kama away from Jose Mourinho yankwa na feso enti nkoma wa near from BBC ana Sanyanite and some ati urama ayadia Sky Sports and aya kwama so ye ne no enso kwakwadi nkoma na enra enkomodi de kwaso Sky Sports na enkoma kwaso no na otu se pandit en edi nkoma enkomu di nyina ne sa amo se amo was agidie ne sa se an ba ade no aduru ne de e ba den ede ma kwata na e fa no magayi so obetimi ensom agi atum sa obesta no contract ede ma bobo kwa ne tim ensor Crystal Palace se an de aso no hu ne sa akwata no ne time with Crystal Palace no ensom abana wiye enti anhwa na Liverpool ida bin sa genuine transfer anasa sama no mom enso akofa akwata na ya front Mark Gayenti Hawa pandit no edi tudwa edi fa kwata no ho.
Now interestingly, talking about Liverpool centre-backs, we've got some news just into us. This is big news regarding Mark Guéhi, because we are told that Crystal Palace realistically accept that Mark Guéhi's time at the club is coming to an end. We're told the club acknowledge it will be difficult to convince their captain to commit to his long-term future at Palace. As for the player himself, by the way, he's calm about the next steps. Remember, on deadline day in the summer, he saw a move to Liverpool collapse on deadline day. They were close to getting him for £35 million. However, Guéhi stayed at Crystal Palace. He could, of course, go for a fee in January or for free next summer, but we are told that Crystal Palace realistically accept that his time is coming to an end, which is essentially saying they don't expect him to sign a new contract at the club. Right, Charlie Austin is our guest this morning. First of all, in that big news just into us, is it any surprise that Guéhi is not going to sign a new contract?
It's not a surprise. I don't think anybody in football see that as a surprise, because he got so close for it to happening and getting his move on deadline day. Nobody realistically thought he'd sign a new deal. That's the issue. And because of the injury that's happened to Leoni, now they're thinking this is definitely going to happen. So they've come out and just kind of made a statement to be like, look, we don't expect the player to sign a new deal, but it's nothing that we didn't already know.
Yeah.
Enti wey and some Sky Sports omo pandit no enso discuss here e fa kodana for the magai ni chances enso anya dem enso ademecha aye Crystal Palace and Liverpool ni nano enso update here eba away from that yan kwana first 20 komo e won ye dem enso di Jessica Nance mami Jessica Nance fa ne statement no aha no na da skunu ni nana say urama Jessica nkomo din nana say I was going to wait till after the game to speak because I'm done. I have been quit. I was subjected to racist abuse in my DMs. I'll say racism in any form is unacceptable, and it's important to address this behavior and ensures that steps are taken to prevent it from happening again. When I have my friend Jessica, I don't ensure Sinakai at the Tottenham Hospital and team no ni nane se enra penalty shooter and baba way my boy suna and number bi kra ma game ni wie ye atem didie wo sepe o ye adwe fan kwasin racism mo yini yimu atempa mo di baba way e wo social media no enom enso akwakoba sa baba no actimi akone Twitter handle anasa ne din enso de ni social media page and watime akwakwa Twitter na near fan Sky Sports enso condemning nano aya update aya eba na yada so gina women's aya football no aya dia nia men say kan say mama another image no na afasu yantin kuma nia men say kan say almost 4 in 5 women enso working in football experience discrimination over the last 12 months me pacho the last 1 year the discrimination enso atimi afase ni say enso huni say masa wo ya bana baba amusu sise sankodo krofone se bad yenkai se okwa adwuma foforo na uja bobo no edeto na de di kan key pointer ebeto dwane se amusen 77% of 759 women enso sovereign experience near from discrimination which last season and first almost more than half and report here say enso experience nearly and some sexism sabi mano omubobo na asa teacher and it happen ewo bra coachy na se meme coachy and also a lot of I am men surrounding them no ebasana some person no da and some akwanya and ebiem uramo mo say 63.5% of a man experiencing near funnel 6 years banter and answer jokes say oh no mo wo hwa na ase omo sa bo omo to bi sa na omo mi omo no fo hu sa ne ma ni bi enti ama utu say painfo ni say enema ekosom woman football no enema enso enkoya ni na no update na no peri eba ewajuma so yanko near funnel Liverpool so ebiem na first ending komo na according to opponent enso the Fabrizio Romano enso the two just say sia de as Liverpool ene akwata na ye fra no aya Ibrahim Konate tell no masa aya buafa so because sia na akwada na yama no contract extension so tweka me ono extend kra enti made the for na and how to say omo touch omo akwada na so aya den ensum e near for no contract extension na no aya update here epa Manchester United akwada no but one so na first ending komo for video no photo so na first ending komo enfamo when according to South America report no enso de to just 17-year-old midfielder Christian Orozco nyamen say kan say samosi akoda no or 18 years kukuro obejoine Manchester United mfifini no weno enso akoba say open for Ruben Amorim enso atia monitor akoda ne pa entu hwe mfifini ho a Venezuela and Colombia na okonka mfifini no na ma pass na osado no otwa na wahu obunua honoma ni nanom enso update eba away from that ne enko Barca na first ending koba e the new Spotify Cam News esia ne de Marika Katro say bibia ready me na beka
say bibia aya ready dia kan say enso etmanya near fano official licenses from the city council na dema basa for no say omususu say licenses na ya chane say say one phase aya 1A aya complete with near from 27,000 seats who say aya ready say near for new sight line and also so fastest evacuation route ensure who near front of fire safety system and expanded VIP seat in nano and some ready who point two no almost a further no stands and also provisional locker rooms in nano idea a function war who ensure near front key number ayatrina almost phase 1B and no almost capacity of near front and also more capacity no area call near the team and sorry 45,000 and share rise area call and almost full stadium no about reach 80 meters in height Sasuna 251,000 meter square ones our roof no and after so 30 year our finish in and also in 27 ni nanum and share update here eba and almost VIP areas and so I ready to say I'm it up 495 premium seater and share red among and sweat me at Dani Nano and some air bus on seminar and I didn't say be air to jar and I'm to madden so now I'm convert Namin say can say convert Bobo or minor yet my final more with 5,000 by FIFA ni nani so rama I'm fans no invade page nano I'm going boy September 9 I'm and so when the Cameroon almost supporters in be AC Park and Sonny Nano update Ebana Cape Federation and Saka check Cape for Samasa yes subscription matches Ebono against Eswatini and upcoming games Ebony Nani making sure say ebet maintain discipline ni nanum answer update Eba na former Tottenham Hotspur Stephen Kellis and so they took us Harry Edward Kane Akotana na Sabrantano a sensational striker and one of the best players among Gracie the Premier League. No susu say that bia Harry Edward Kane ever Premier League onu susu Akotano and as Sabrantano ever join Tottenham Hotspur say if so no return to the Premier League yentie opponent and some Stephen Kelly on a former Tottenham Hotspur defender.
You kind of feel if he is back in the Premier League at some point in his career, that's where he will be. I think. I just can't imagine. I don't know whether that's me sentimentally thinking because
said the former Spurs defender,
said the former Spurs and a Spurs fan as well. I'm thinking where else would you want him to go? And if he had an opportunity to come back and push for that record, I'm sure he'd love to do at Spurs. Listen, what a fairy tale it would be. Imagine playing enough games between now and January to win the league with Bayern and then come back with Spurs and push for a Champions League medal with them. But no, listen, he's sensational. Harry Kane is absolutely outstanding. He's one of technically the best footballers to probably have graced the Premier League. I think both feet, his brain, his intelligence. People talk about Paul Scholes and how he can play for that midfield. Harry Kane reminds me of him in his passing ability, but then throw on top of that his finishing ability and the way he guides around the box and puts the ball in the back of the net. He's an absolute superstar.
What do you think motivates him now then? Because the big millstone around his neck was he's never won anything. Well, now he has won trophies at club level. So is it to continue winning trophies? Is it that Premier League record? Do you think, is it getting the best last contract that he can for himself and his family?
I would say his motivations are going to be aspirational for medals, and I would think for him, you've got that league title that you wanted, a Champions League title, something along those lines. If he could deliver something like that, listen, any team push for the Champions League, if you had a Harry Kane in it, it's going to hugely increase your chances of winning because you know he's going to score a goal. So I'm sure any team that's in it, depending on the way they play, he would be an asset. So I would expect that is the one he's looking for, and then
Enti way and small panitin and so ade amateur Stephen Kelly ono former Tottenham Hotspur manager and as a defender rather ono and so the two get for Harry Edward Kane returner ni nanum and so update eba mame Joe Pahiha and so players see no obobosiabo e ma Tottenham nyame se kanisa ono hware mu se oba stay and so Tottenham obo ko making the turn permanent and nyame se kanisa Tottenham for kada ne release clause no anasa ne trigger no nanso 27 million euros option to buy ani na no update eba entrant fund for the manager Dino Tomola enso da to dwa se that bia no obenya aya near frano that bia no Manchester United adwuma no onyonom enso betima yantima ma paino apayane tim answere ayatino anase Dino Tomola onom enkomonom enswere to dwa no and I send ema ebotuma de so na Kobe Manu store ono ayaka so from Manchester United. That's why sir apayane tim answere Ruben Amorim enswere na team komo so no why can so be for Arsenal Joshua Zirkzee niame say can Manchester United making a decision over Joshua Zirkzee ni future Arsenal Braziliano Serie A side ya for international enso appointed Roman Diaz ono na be new manager until December 2026 ani na no update ya no pay yere eba ewodwumade nti on this note yemfa no amanane nsem no emfansi na afeso yemra na afeso efisem no yemfa mro ewodwumade nso nti kwekwa ne yekwana afeso yede efisem no enso eri aba yenhyase emfamfiri sakwade ani enese na urama sakwade rapaholic no baso nyamboa come Saturday enso ewo aye near fan Baba Yara Sports Stadium na we na asa manfo concern say na ye stadium a ye park na nsia ye kra no ye nwie ama eno kra county ama Bobo Kwe Frano, Go Stars, and Asante Kodokomo, Bomb Cup, Champions League, in the Cup, Confederation Cup. One cry. Now, when I saw quite Twitter handle or the two just say, Mamma Casa pitch and no, Honor Babano concert, no say, and Yaho, or say top priority. Stage is nowhere close to pitch. And this is what they are saying, upcoming concert of Abayano. Stage number mountain, and you're close to park, and I say pitch, no. Sena ye kase pitch ne so na be na we na ye bo pini NSA National Sports Authority yaw ampo for ankra na ebisa ne sa NSA kwamba na amofa so approve event awo ye stadium a yentie nsema Prof Ankra anasa ampo for ankra rather enso the two dwa erefa kwan amfa so emeki approvement enso wo event a moye ewe stadium ewa Ghana ha.
Proposals no bar. Your team, we look at the pros and cons, and then we decide whether or not to first of all approve. Approval also bar. There are always conditions that come with it. It's based on those conditions. If the client is able to meet them, then we have further negotiations to arrive at an agreement. But as I said, more than a dozen corporate groups, individual musicians, churches, ABBA, and 80 to 90% want to use the pitch. And 10 out of 10, since I buy, we've denied all those parties who wanted to use the pitch based on exactly the reason I was framing. We cannot allow that to happen at the detriment of playing our domestic football international matches, especially at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Enti wey and sama urama nianiti answere aya prof anasa a branch alpanity answere ampo for ankra enso eri tu dwani nano enso aya honsama enayere epa ewodwumade nso na opanyaniti answere aya yaw ampo for ankra rom enso aya nianiti answere enese director eto aso edi nkomana nkomodi diemu no ena otu se yebisa ne se sia no sa kwade game na jumade na ba ye no say na esitia no so ye ka che sa kwade say anya dia pitch no obe yusu for no concert yentie nsema NC director de man
where the using of the venue is permitted. Using of the pitch is for football and other sports activities. For the bar, we'll look at it and then we'll sanction. None of the pitches under the NSA, the major pitches for Ghana Premier League or national teams, have been used for entertainment purposes at pitch no. Entertainers. Normally, and the new phase is to have the stage and sound system behind a goalpost to protect the pitch, and I'm sure say in the past 2-3 events yesterday, you know, that is what we've done just to protect the pitch itself. But for the venue, if it is needed for an event that will not damage or compromise the pitch, it is permitted that we use that to raise IGF. But I can tell you, sir, about other churches, they insisted that they want to use the pitch. They are even ready to pay 200,000-300,000 Ghana cedis just to use the pitch. But we've declined them. We cannot do that. We have too many important games to be played here. 200,000-300,000 now, the extra more the account.
Enti we and sama urama yaw ampo for ankra no NSA director ensure tudwa na o say akasa de fa pitch no say o say ne pitch no mu protect it na ono ensure to asan ka say waka e de a kire say akwade say so munnim no mu wie rapaholic no na pitch no ho atochima o ma violate I will face penalties because contract no mo sign no almost sign say pitch nka ho e venue no and I say stadium no mo dey am ba pitch na dey ye the bubble so yentie prof enti ye baba na face so ye dey ehun sam no yentie no
agreed for him to perform in Babayara and not Accra because say about World Cup qualifiers, other national teams, you know, the Ghana Premier League. And that is what has been agreed. And we are satisfied, say, all the right measures have been made in order for the pitch not to be damaged. Pitch not, as at now, it is not ready for competitive football, but it is in a process. Work is ongoing. It is our process, you know, work is ongoing to ensure, say, yes, start here, the pitch will not be torn into shreds after just 1 or 2 matches. Anybody performing on our pitches cannot do so until we have pitch covers. And also, we are in the process, sorry to use this word, of acquiring pitch covers for at least one venue, not later. So, yeah, in your corporate supporter, at least another venue. So, the processes are ongoing, but Sarkodie is due to perform, and we would ensure, say, he does not damage or use the pitch. But there is a clause: if for any reason the fans and now there's any breach, not pitch, no, because he's not supposed to be there.
Enti we and sama aya prof ampo for ankra ensori tu dwa tu se yere onsori bi ema ena urama aya division 1 pre-season friendly game bako ebetodwa na bobo kwa friend brokum Arsenal enso etna near front boys school park abo edetia Royal Fighters 3 p.m. and a sa game no enso todwa ni na no update ebamame near front Go Stars sesiano omo first badge enso etimi Africana omo ewram ewo Turkey na omo enso etimi atwan omo flight na omo atwa transit enso akwa kuromu Algeria na sinesie no Ghana sanetie ye ni Algeria flight every has straight at the call Algeria until so twa transit ekosi Turkey na so far Turkey Algeria flight every free Turkey nyamba Friday and a team no enso be join ada contingent no enso near fano Algeria ni na no update here but mami CEO erama bibia ni Go Stars opanya ye fano kwasi adu o say na mo kasa se opanya fano coach Frimpong Manson as ye hu no so bi coach kra wa Ghana ha league no nkwa na je question obi sa no o say league na mo boy am say na or the Yaji League and or the Yaji top 4 and or the Go Stars JJ trophies nothing for Mumbisa a year from Pomanson say or no edge Sani Manina or no quality management and effort and supporters and for a camo and you know coach in Tia Sassam no really and summer or panity and show at a CEO a Quasiadu and Sherma Bibiano Go Stars and Sherry to Jana. Mame opanya frano aya coach Maso Kunadu say nyamen say kan say aya de oboku frano Bibiano Go Stars and coach Maso Kunadu 18 komo ama nkomodidi omu 18 no
verbally the broni beka say anobaba nkomo ne de bibia wie anobaba nkomo verbally bibia wie verbal agreement bibia wie out to say enche open frano maso krono eba kwa coach de ama bibia no costa and means there means say can say enya ya maso krono eba travel with bibia no costa team no for return leg na mo koba na bibia enso to mani na no update yar eba yanko Blasters now first ending komo FIFA aya World Cup qualified for 2026 me bacho match day 9 yababon Wednesday 8th of October 2025 I was Stadi Abdil Jadiba and I say Jadidi and so our nearity at Morocco I want to say again ebetodwa na first no question that show no on the 12th of October Blasters of Ghana our Accra Sports Stadium and so apo ediatia near fan Comoros no 7 p.m. and I say game no and so ebetodwa na referee ya fan prayer gasoline no and on my point in say Comoros game no on and so konkodi utu senya for the agrani na no update ya yere na House of Folk ene bobo quality and so dey touchman level on this game no me pacho uru ma say na ticket update ni sitie nyambo ochena ena say game no enso todwa popular stand 30 Ghana cedis center line 50 Ghana cedis lower VIP 100 Ghana cedis upper VIP 150 Ghana cedis na VVIP 200 Ghana cedis ani na no update here eba mama Piva Beverages led by CEO Mr. Frank Ajay Mensah or your donation Edema Bibianu Gold Stars team no ahead of almost second league encounter against JS Kabylie Algeria Nyambwa Sunday na management and our first playing body led by CEO Kwesi Adu eji item no na first so all catch from say ekọ near friend JS Kabylie ne de making impact until video no na odi atoso Adama wey enso bra na otu say Piva Beverages CEO opanya fano Frank Ajay na otu say enche team no se na medi kan catch no nyambo ochena na team no ebewuram enso ne fano take na first makọ Algeria sesi ameno kasai team no enso onkan ya ya hoboaboa sebe ya enso bewuram akwakobo return leg na no parents bi enso tudwa ma NTC wo na ekasa ntiemfa yentie feed ni kakra na emra
Go Stars omo wakono kwase de twem no mo ne JS Kabylie Algeria hia ankoye baye de yabaha se ye be show nkran na de si Sunday no me so mo so be once omo tima be share asaso na esi betimi akwa yakwa show mo de kakra de mamo na CEO se monnom Sunday na munya hode na monko Sunday na monko ye Ghana monko make Ghana proud na ye ni say after Sunday no ye be frɛ ye ho I will say Empire win 3-0 and I say 4-0. That means say you bet him nyame mwa yesa. Te edamase.
Minya Frank em say
enti wey and sama opanyanity I'm sorry Mr. Frank Ajay Mensah no CEO Adama Piva Beverages eri tudwa na CEO asema okere anya possible. Musi football bibia timisi ba we de anya possible ko JS Kabylie ewo Algeria for qualify cheka eti ya won asema no yankona first ending komo ewo Kevin Osiasibe ono aye player Erma so folk na head of nyambo ochena omuge body touchman 11 wonders no wakasa area for yentie nsama aya Kevin Osiasibe area tudwa
at the same time he's going to play against Hearts of Folk, so easy games because on all Bani and only has no more and all out about that game no but yes so we are going all out on Friday. We are going to deliver what they have taught us.
Enti wey and sama utu sa brantier fano Kevin Osiasibe answere to dwani nano aya update ya na ere pa ewo jumadin so Mame Ibrahim coach Ibrahim Tanko head coach edema near fano aya Mediama Sporting Club last weekend no and out to so oware ye pa nyamye no kwani new angle in town enti opanyanity answer the coach Ibrahim Tanko ene ne dofo ene down screen so ani nano and so aya update ya yere pa ewo jumadin so away from that young comedian na feso yentie Mediama players ne kwamo faso ebo mudin
Nana Kofi Baby. Nkroma Kevin. Kofi Asma.
Jacob Mensah. Ibidi Lakabi. Mahmoud Kamara Dini. Ritsaki. Prince Ozu. Saben Adino Tete. Bashir Sharif. Nuruddin Ibrahim. Abdul Salam. Manu Abante. Kinsley Gray. Fuzitera. Azara Fojo. Richard Apia. Henry Yako. Osi Manuel. Tete Ruri. Poyeboa. Osaipoku. Osaya. Bafu Desmond. Sini Baba. Michiro Osu. Felix J. Gadafeli Mo.
Ebenezer Nkrumah.
Gomi Japasu. Yaku Said. Ezekiel Benzi. Solo Okusi. Salim Adams. Yusuf Mubarak.
Enti wey ane ayakwan bobo kwan tin answere Midiama Sporting Club players no kwan fa so bo mudiani na no update yare bayanko Black Princesses coach open fan Charles Samson say ohware mu say nyambo a return league weekend see Sunday omo ebopo e won kran no against Tunisia ombetimi ahyese be qualifiers no ombetimi qualify for under 20 World Cup in first league, you know. I had their Black Princesses share Tunisia by 2-0. Yentian Sama, Black Princesses coach Charles Samson and Swedi Tuja.
Preparation has been good. We are glad that we were able to come to this game. We've been waiting for it for a long time. The girls were a bit nervous, which was normal, but we got what we wanted, so we are grateful.
Way and sama coach no and so eri to dwani na update yar eba na coach no atoazo din komo o say first league no kwamu fa so money mo koda na no mbesa second league omo upgrade omo performance omo ko boy e wo first league ni yentien sama coach Charles Samson eri to dware fa ho
has been to upgrade our performance a little better. We got the win that we wanted, but we couldn't play the way we expected. So, and I could understand also with the stress in some of the girls and also inexperience in most of the girls that haven't played this sort of high-profile game. So now I hope that the home game will give us more calmness in our game and we can express ourselves much better.
Enti way and some of player front aye coach Samson ono Black Princesses head coach eri tudwa na okasade for girls ono how difficult to omutie in terms of coaching them.
Always been so from day one that they buy into the ideas, they buy into the principle we are trying to implement. Now it's only a bit of inexperience and a bit of stress in them the first game that brought a bit of imbalance, but we hope that we can rectify it on Sunday.
Enti coach Samson and our Kasaria for how difficult and so in terms of so coachy a mano yare ehon sound amana coach yabisa say nyambo Sunday over second league game against Tunisia on Sunday the any expect and fan feel no gas on ho.
Being a football person myself during my career and also being a coach, there are so many experiences in games like this. So it was important for us not to let the girls feel swollen-headed, that they will be grounded and then focus to finish the job well on Sunday. So that has been the focus until.
Enti way and sama coach Samson and Swedi Tuja na coach yebisa nsana ahead of mo second league game no injury our camp any problem say team no move face and on supporters ya nyambo Sunday omobaba Accra Sports yentien sama coach Charles Samson head coach Adama Black Princesses. A lot
of Ghanaians will come to watch us. It's our first time that we're coming to play here to show what we have been doing all this while. So we hope that there will be a lot of support. They can expect an aggressive football. They can expect a forward football, football that we want to have ball more, we want to dominate more, things like that. Absolutely. The last game we realized that we could be more effective in the last third, so we've been working a lot with the last third, and hopefully on Sunday we can be more sharper and also have more calmness in the finishing and also the last passes. Those are the things we are lacking a little bit, but we hope it will be fine on Sunday.
Enti way and some coach no and Swedi Tuja no owie ya na aya Black Princesses Ringa aya Ivy Osai Owusu enhwere tu dwa sa ya bisan sa Ivy and niema be na kom game num against Tunisia and o say mental toughness and a boa mo e mo mutimi kwene sa game no yentie nsema Ivy di tu dwa.
I think when we were going was a bit like we were scared because plenty of us is our first time, but I think mental toughness, we are able to just take the win.
Enti wey and some Ivy or say Owusu enhwere to dwa na yebisa ne say Nyambo second leg come Sunday against Tunisia. What should we expect from you girls?
Yeah, we've been training, we've been really preparing. You know, we've won doesn't mean you have to relax. We are just working hard so that we can take the second one too. Yeah, we are really preparing. Yeah.
Amongst yourself, like you rightly said, this is the first time some of you have had this experience. Are you looking forward to qualify for the World Cup?
Yeah, there's more room for improvement. So we are just preparing so that we can win every game time by time, so we can just qualify for the World Cup. Yeah.
What should Ghanaians expect from the team on Sunday?
They should expect football. They should expect like more goals. We got just 2, and we must improve more. They should expect discipline on the field.
Enti when summer Ivy Osai Owusu enhwere to dwa ni na no update ya Basante Kodoko communication aya director Esquire honorable announcer lawyer Safuduku akache players ne say so mo qualify mpanfo aka so mo qualify ewo kwara kukuro omo special bonus omo de ba mo ti on this note yemfa ensem no emfansi na fe so yenya birthday wishes no emfanfro happy birthday enko emfama Father Promzi of Promzi Entertainment. Happy birthday and confirm boss. Nyakopon koso na ontretre wa hyemu na onkoso mu onim enyese na onyumfra dumumfa nkwa dumu de odon sabe sombia no enye nhira emfama ene ewa woda no de said afi obade Nyakopon se nkwatenten apomuden ene sika ena yesre e de afi no obade Nyakopon guso ehira onkakra onkoso a na omo ho ba ntimfra tamfro sasamti on Kings TV GH happy birthday enko emfama Father Promzi of Promzi Entertainment. Eti yadi asi na uram ewo YouTube a anasa uram o Facebook a Clement ayimbila ono de bedi dwa Clement ayimbila bedi dwa nti yem fancy na afi so yem sorry so na emre pomochena yababa na feso ya the Kings Power Sports 1 area abasa na urema Ghana Premier League House of Folk Touchman 11 Wonders yere game no enso ebeba live coverage no enso ebeba sasuna Saturday matches no so enso ebeba nti ma oyemfi se yebetena se na yatwa games ni na obenya na live enso ahwe na feso watimi enso ahye na bibia